Before we look at tonight's game, it was a strong starting lineup. Like we did against Ellesmere Rangers, though, there was one non-senior player in with the starting 11. Tonight, that was Billy Kirkman.
Yeah, well, Billy caught our attention last season. He had a good end to the season, I thought, before he got injured, and that was unfortunate. But he's come back, excuse me, in really good shape this season, and yeah, deserved the start tonight. I think there's been a number of those sort of first-year pros that we took on. There was a bigger number than normal, actually, and that was decision by the academy staff here and by ourselves in the first team to give some of those more players than probably what we would normally give the opportunity. And Billy's one of those in the small group who has come back well, and I thought he did excellent tonight along with some others. But for him to start in that game against an experienced Bala side, a very good side who came second last year preparing for Europe like we are, I think was a real credit to him and the academy staff as well, the ones that have been working with him.
And although you are the first to say that the scoreline doesn't matter in the pre-season friendlies, nevertheless 5-1, that was a good confidence builder.
Yeah, I think what it was good to see us be quite clinical in front of goal, and I thought we were tonight with the chances that we had. It's always a tough game. We always say this against Bala. It was more like a league game than a pre-season friendly, if you could say that. But that's good. That's what we needed, and that's what they needed too. So, yeah, we were really happy with parts of the game, how we played. We still know we've got a couple of weeks to go before we want to peak for that first European game. So, plenty to learn from tonight, but some real positives also.
And as well as Billy, there were other youngsters as well that came on in the second half. Great opportunity to look at them in, although it's a friendly, almost a competitive environment, as you've just said.
Yeah, no, without a doubt. I thought Nick Grogan come on, did well again, scored. Aggressive fullback getting forward. I thought he did excellent as well. Ellis in the midfield came on, nice and solid in there. I thought he settled the game down quite well. And Reece Warder too, hadn't played as much with the first team, but's had a really probably progressive pre-season and got better as the week's gone on. So I thought he did really well and created one or two chances for others that we could have scored from with some twisting and turning in the box. So yeah, there's some good younger ones on display there, and they're all pushing and hopefully part of that European campaign and gaining that experience of seeing what it's like playing against, like we said, a good Bala side, good pros, but also working with the professionals here that by setting the example, the way they train and play and the way we work every day, they can see that example of what it takes to play the games.
And we now know our opponent in the Champions League. Did that determine or did that change your approach, your tactics, even the players involved in tonight's fixture?
Not necessarily. I mean, we're trying to do a lot more tactical work now leading into the last 2 weeks. It was a lot more about the physical gains that you could make in the preparation in the first couple of weeks, where now this is 4th week for us pre-season. So yeah, we're working on certain things that can form a base and a structure of how we're going to play in and out of possession, and we drip fed a lot more of those in tonight. But we've got plenty of options in this team, plenty of shapes that we can play, and I think that gives us, with the players, we've got the flexibility to do that. So yeah, it's a process, and we've still got a couple of weeks of good work to get ready for that game, not just physically, but the way we play and what we do as well.
And especially in the second half, there were a number of changes. Did you work those out in advance, or did they happen as the game developed?
Yeah, they were worked out in advance. There were certain players who needed certain minutes. Danny Davis, Ben Clark were down for 45. A couple more Redders who'd just come back from a small knock was down for that 65-70 mark. So I think that's important to make sure you maintain the minutes that the players need, and different players at different stages of pre-season, depending on where they are, need different minutes.
And finally, Anthony, as we asked after the Ellesmere Rangers game, the fans want to know new signings.
Yeah, no, listen, with 2 weeks to go, we want to get some new signings into the building. We want to make sure we get the right ones in, though, and that's vitally important, both character-wise and also playing ability-wise, and the type of player that we want, the right age, the right profile. So that's really important. So I think this week there could be a couple coming in, and hopefully we can get a few more over the line and strengthen that squad and build towards Europe.